Hello, YouTube. Got back the next day. Well, and again, not the next day. It's almost noon. I didn't get to sleep until like 2 or 3 a.m., so. But we shall continue now. We're making really, really good progress through this. If I can do, probably can't do the rest of Heaven's Ward today. We'll see. I don't remember exactly how much is left. But if we can get it, not even necessarily this video, just, you know, the next series of videos, I might be able to unlock the weekly stuff just in time for the reset, because Tuesday is the reset. So I technically have, let's see. Did I put it here? Did I put it down? I've marked it down. So I have until 3 a.m. So I have like 15 hours to get to the end of Heaven's Ward and unlock the weekly stuff if I want to do it before the reset. If not, oh well. It's not a big deal. But the weekly stuff helps with a lot of... But I don't actually think I could even do the weekly stuff yet either. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do the weekly stuff yet because I would need a higher, I'd need a higher gatherer or... So by next week, we should be fully set on that, actually. So, let's focus this week on completing Heaven's War, unlocking that, and then we will probably spend a video crafting and gathering and all that. Because I'm going to show my first video of the gathering and stuff, because it's going to be a new way to do it, and the easiest way to do it, per se. I'm almost at level 20 for blacksmith, so yeah, I'd be able to show it off. Yeah, we can do it for sure. For sure. Let's move on. Through the haze of pain, I swear I sense... But no, the past is done, and we must look to the future. At long last, Nidhogg is gone, his foul spirit cast out once and for all. I only pray that Estinian survives the ordeal. No, you're right. It was Zale and Hoshafont. They helped us. Their spirits helped us, even if it's just they helped us in spirit because we, you know, believed that they would help us. They were there. We saw them. Your battle with Nidhogg's shade will beget many an epic ballad, Lily. Right, and rightly so. It was, without a doubt, one of your more typical victories, though I must admit that I took greater joy in seeing you emerge from the experience unscathed. Not only for your own sake. Had you not been there to aid me, those infernal eyes would still be fused to Estinian's mail. Yet even with Nidhogg gone, I cannot help but wonder how much of our friend remains. Let us pay a visit to Lucia and beg news of his condition. I also totally did a little TikTok last night before I changed armor, so before the last video, to promote my YouTube here. So Lily got some attention on TikTok as well. But those don't know, I do random TikToks as well. And when I mean random, I mean it's whatever the fuck I feel like, randomly. Usually, not always, but usually it falls down to just being DVD or Final Fantasy, though. But it is literally anything I feel like it. Let us speak with Lucia. She will know how Estinian fares. How is he? Lily, Master Alphanu, my honored friend, as if winning raised Belger to our cause were not enough. You took it upon yourselves to rid us of his brood brother. I know not how to thank you. My own contribution was hardly noteworthy. The true saviors of the day were Lily and Estinian. One triumphed over Nidhogg's shade through strength of arms, and the other through strength of will. And speaking of Estinian, what news of his recovery? The Azure Dragoon was conveyed to the infirmary, where he now resides under the care of our hospitalier captain. I am told he has yet to regain consciousness. Hospitalier, maybe? I've never heard of that. I've heard of hospital, I've heard of a lot of things, I've not heard of that. But as you know, Estinian's mind and body were held hostage for many days. We must be patient and allow the process of healing to begin. In the meantime, you would do well to rest and recover from your own ordeal. But surely, Sir Emmerich is never long from Estinian's bedside, and will send word the moment there are any developments. Now, if I have satisfied your concerns, I believe Lord Edmund and his sons are most eager to celebrate your return. Very well, First Commander. Come, Lily. 'Twould seem that we are waited at Forton's manor. Let me in. I don't know if it's going to jump straight into the cutscene or I have to talk to anybody.
The heroes of the hour return.
We but did our duty, my lord. It was the memories of fallen friends and not our heroism which saw us through at the last.
I gave every ounce of my strength, but mine efforts would have counted for naught had the Warrior of Light not arrived to challenge the Great Worm. As a sworn knight of Ishgard, I had hoped to do more for my city.
Well, we cannot all be heroes, dear brother. Let us put away our pride for a moment and revel in the valiant deeds of our comrade. For your sterling service to Ishgard, we salute you. And while we're on the subject of valiant deeds, I believe I myself have earned some small measure of recognition. Under my watchful command, the ballistas of the Outer Ward struck down a veritable swarm of Dravanian invaders.
My lord's command was certainly watchful. He bravely watched as the siege crews took aim, and continued to watch as countless wyverns met their end. Indeed, the ward's defenders proved so well drilled that my lord had little occasion to stop watching.
Call that again. I love how loyal he is to him.
There will be time enough
Always
to
does
determine
that.
who is most deserving of recognition later. Our friends are doubtless weary from their exertions. I had chambers prepared in expectation of your return. You are welcome to retire at your leisure.
I am most grateful for your hospitality, my lord. but I believe I shall pay a visit to the Temple Knight's infirmary. Pray excuse me.
Our master Alphino has grown. The plight of his stricken brother-in-arms pains him more than his own hurts. In which respect he has come to resemble you, warrior of light. Go then, visit the Azure Dragoon, and grant him what comfort you may.
My lord's irrepressible optimism were ever to fix upon something about which he had cause to be optimistic. I dare not think what he might achieve. Without the guiding hand of yours truly, House Hale's famous dragon killers wouldn't have killed half so many dragons just now, as I shall be sure to tell my lady when next we meet. At long last, the dog is gone. No true son of Ishgard could wish for more. Yet scores of my brother knights fell in the battle, and I find my joy tempered by their loss. Go, warrior knight. We will not begrudge you time spent at a comrade's sickbed. Justinian is resting in our infirmary. The sickbeds are our front line now, and the battle to save the wounded continues unabated. Lily, my friend, what can I do for the savior of Ishgard? You seek Master Alphino? Ah, he came to relieve me of my vigil a short while ago. When he begged to sit at the Justinian's side, I could not well refuse him, though he would sooner faint than admit it. The boy must be exhausted by Risvelger's trial and all that followed. Justinian is blessed to have such devoted comrades. Oh. Litany of Peace. My own friendship with Justinian began some 10 years past, shortly after we joined the Temple Knights. I learned his name soon enough, but Justinian barely registered my existence. I was less a fellow recruit, and more a shadow which occasionally darkened his path. And so I might have remained, had fate not seemed to intervene. While out on patrol, our company was set upon by a dragon, and we were the only two to survive. The experience forged a bond between us, as such life-threatening situations are wont to do. Despite our friendship, he remained an intense and solitary youth, wholly obsessed with claiming vengeance against Nidhogg. Revenge was ever at the forefront of his mind, revenge for the death of his parents, and revenge for his younger brother. I would venture that in Alphino he sees something of his lost sibling, and in the ungentle chidings of Justinian, Alphino has found the elder brother he never had. Truth be told, Justinian's tactless observations have saved me from disaster more than once, and I can well understand Alphino's affection for him. He is a friend for whom I would gladly... Lord Commander, your presence is required in the infirmary. Is he... Tell them I am on my way. So it is over then. Oops. Quickly, Lily, we must go to him. Upon proceeding to the infirmary, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. I honestly thought a lot of these scenes were going to be showed after we beat Nidhogg, and it was going to be a long video. That's why I was like, I'm going to leave this off till tomorrow's video. Because I was remembering other cutscenes after Nidhogg, but I didn't know that there was a gap between them.
Estinian!
Cease your mewling, boy. It grates my ears.
Forgive me. When I saw you awaken, I could not... It was such a relief. We feared you might never wake up.
Now, Estinian. If Master Alphino thought any less of you, you would still be Nidhogg's plaything. Or dead. Aye, 'twas but a jest. I thank you, Alphino. And you too, Warrior of Light. Quite how you managed to persuade Hraesvogr to aid in his brood brother's downfall I cannot imagine. But full glad am I that you did. Yet again, you have achieved the impossible. I, for my part, owe you an apology. When last we met, I did willingly loose an arrow at your heart. Can you forgive me? There is naught to forgive, Hameric. You but acted in defense of Ishgard, as is your duty. Were you any less single-minded about it, I would not follow you into battle, nor trust you at my back. Besides, I had come to the selfsame conclusion, that I would have to perish for Nidhogg to be stopped. So let us dispense with the hand-wringing. I have heard enough mewling for one day.
Oh!
Good to have you back, Estinian.
The tendrils of Nidhogg's foul presence bound up every fiber of my being, usurping my senses, but I yet retained some trace of awareness. The worm's mind was as a vast and tumultuous sea. Endlessly its black waters churned, his grief and despair at Ratatoska's murder never calming, never receding. Driven by this surging current came wave upon wave of unrelenting rancor. It was the very image of my own heart. There I saw the dark reflection of the hatred I felt after Nidhogg slew my family, when no path remained save vengeance against dragonkind. Neither one of us had a choice. But I was blessed with something Nidhogg was not. Comrades and teachers to console and admonish me. Had I not had them to gainsay my obsession, it would surely have consumed me as Nidhogg's did him, and we would have been in all respects alike. Though his shade is banished, his spirit scattered upon the sea of clouds, I feel no joy at his passing. Where once I craved vengeance, I now crave rest. Lord Commander, my hunt is at an end. I would lay down the mantle of Azure Dragoon.
My friend.
He has tired himself with too many words. I doubt not that he will make a full recovery, but he must be allowed some few days of quiet.
Well, we saved our friend. We did it, Alphino.
I too must see my path to its end. Sleep well, my friend.
Following the battle with Nidhogg on the Steps of Faith, Sir Emeric called an assembly that he might make his final proclamation as acting head of state. "'Twas there, with one decree, that the 1,000-year rule of the archbishops was ended, paving the way for a new republic. The governance of Ishgard would now be placed in the hands of high and lowborn alike, their ranks represented by the newly founded House of Lords and House of Commons. Church was separated from state. The foundation for change had been carefully laid, and the reforms proposed by Ishgard's new government passed into law without incident. His duty done, Emeric de Burrell gladly stepped down from the Archbishop's dais, only to be raised unto the highest seat in the House of Lords.
He can't escape bleeding.
Though he strove at first to refuse this honor, the unexpectedly strident voice of the Count de Durandare left him little choice but to accept. And so it was that the winds of gentle revolution came to stir.
It's like motherfucker, I was just done with being the leader. Just back to being a temple knight or whatever. Nope. You're the leader of the House of Lords now, bitch.
Prominent among the many honored guests at Sir Emeric's investiture were the ambassadors of Dragonkind, a fitting symbol of Ishgard's newfound peace. The people looked on in awe as he soared through the heavens on Dragonback, and by their cheers did they hail him an azure dragoon for a new age.
Hmm.
Thus were the notes of the dragon song rewritten, the din of war giving way to a rising litany of peace and hope.
I'm like barely sitting on that shit. Hope you don't make a hard turn, I'm gonna fucking fall off. From the Memoirs of Count Edmund de Picon, Heavensward. So if I remember right, like this technically is the end of Heavensward, but like I think they still have the setup into Stormblood before you're technically officially in Stormblood. So there's still like another chunk of quest before it says Stormblood and all that. But I think like this technically is supposed to be the end of Heavensward, if I remember right. It's a little weird. It's almost like the gap. Technically, the setup for Stormblood is still Heavensward's expansion, I believe, but I could be wrong. But I think like this quest is technically like you're done with the Ishgard kind of thing. I want to see the adjoining area. I want to see what this quest is about. Do it for Gilly. Okay, that's another like hard mode dungeon. Again, if you can't see, some things have popped up. Maybe a little more. I think a little more stuff popped up. I was gazing out at the sea of clouds, an all too rare moment of idleness, and when I chanced to behold a certain hero wending her way toward the city on Dragonback. Welcome home, Lily. Yes? Nay, 'twas no grave matter that moved me to greet you in person. Between you and me, I merely sought respite from the pressures of office. No sooner do I surrender my role as temporary head of state than I am burdened with a position of more permanent responsibility. I fancy that it echoes in small measure the way you must feel when your improbable feats of heroism are rewarded with still more impossible challenges. The myth which guided our society for a generation lies in tatters. Am I then to be scorned for building upon the system of nobility that I once sought to tear down? And what strange jest is this that places me at its pinnacle? An archbishop's bastard at the head of the House of Lords. I mean, I'd rather have you leading. But these questions are for me to answer. It is not in man's nature to change overnight. This I learned through painful experience, and it was this hard lesson which convinced me to take the path which we now follow. Even as we rebuild the bridge between man and dragon, so must we reimagine Ishgard, one carefully placed stone at a time. We must remember that it is not for us that we lay this groundwork, but for men and women that our children will become. May their towers rise proudly from the fundamental of our legacy. I hear word from Captain Whitescape that Istinian has vanished from his sick room. His willfulness survives undiminished. Should you ever happen upon your unmannerly friend on your travels, pray assure him that I shall keep Ishgard safe until he deigns to come home. Thank you, Lily, and please, convey my warmest regards to Master Alphino. Cause yeah, I think well, maybe it's not the end of Heavensward, it's the end of the Dragon Song. It's really weird, like if you look in completed, they section this stuff off like this. So you got like the main scenario, and then like, but you have like your Heavensward, then you have Dragon Song. Okay, so Dragon Song, main scenario, and then post Dragon Song. So we're entering the post Dragon Song, which there's Heavensward, and then yeah, so Heavensward is technically like 3 different sections of quests. Whereas usually it's just like post. Oh, I see Shadowbringers is also post. So Shadowbringer has a lot too. I think I've only made it to Shadowbringers like halfway through the main quest, so I've never touched post Shadowbringer of any. But yeah, so this is how I've noticed. Tell this. Now that they've added Dawn Trail, there's a section, because to my understanding, everything up to Endwalker is like a story arc, and then Dawn Trail is a new story arc. And this is like a Realm Reborn stuff, and then yeah. That's kind of how like they section stuff off. But that's why it's a little weird to like post game. You know? It's like, okay. I didn't know there was post game. I think this is the end of the Dragon Song. Because I believe this triggers this might actually trigger this specific quest, the Neon Piece, I think triggers some of the like, it might actually trigger the firmament and stuff, which is the crafting thing that I want to unlock. I think. I could be wrong. You saved the day again, Lily. Not that I ever doubted you would. You spoke with Sir Emmerich. I do not envy him his new position. Ishgard has chosen a new road, but one littered with the detritus of 1,000 years of broken faith. Yet though her people may stumble from time to time, I know of none better than Sir Emmerich to lead the march of progress. As for us, There remains the small matter of ushering in a new dawn in the shadow of inscrutable Asian machinations and a seemingly endless procession of primals. But we too must walk our chosen path, no matter how treacherous the footing. In the wake of Ishgard's governmental reform, new airship routes have been sanctioned. You may now travel to a selection of distant locales from the landing in Ishgard. Okay, Warrior of Darkness, or whatever your name was. I don't know. Did they consider all of them Warriors of Darkness, or was he the Warrior of Darkness? I can't remember. I think if you pay attention to their names at some point, they're called like the Mage of Darkness and stuff like that. He specifically is the Warrior of Darkness. Thank you, Glenars. Nye, you need not remain there. We shall rendezvous at the usual place. All is proceeding as expected then. Aye, there's naught to concern us, aside from one overly curious mouse. This way. Him again. It is of no moment. They will play their parts, and we will play ours. And thus did grey mists give way to azure skies, man and dragon rise above, voices join in song, but beneath shrouded boughs, beyond the scope of light, shadow stirs. Wind up Emmerich. I just noticed that was a wind up one we got. Promises kept. It's you. Mistress Lovecraft, you are come at a most excellent time. An invitation from a truly preeminent personage was delivered to the manor but a short while ago. Would that you had been present to receive it, but in any event, Sir Emmerich de Borel, Lord Speaker of the House of the Lords, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and Viscount of House Borel, cordially invites Mistress Lovecraft to dine with him at his estate. You seem surprised. The messenger assured me that his lord had broached the subject with you at an earlier date, when the arrangements for the peace conference were still being finalized. Of course, the intervening moons afforded little opportunity for leisure, but with the happy advent of peace, 'tis plain the Lord Commander sees no further cause to delay. What say you? I should be glad to accept. I would, but I haven't the foggiest idea what to wear. Foggiest what to wear. Any thoughts? To be honest, I'd rather not. I would, but I haven't the foggiest what to wear. Any thoughts? You would ask me? Well, I am sure that as a personal friend of Sir Emmerich, you are at liberty to wear whatever you deem appropriate. That said, without a doubt, a man of note could do far worse than an alpine coat. At least that is what Lord Emilian has has been heard to say. I assume the same holds true for ladies. When you are ready, pray report to the astrological. A man of House Morel shall be waiting near there to escort you the rest of the way. That's funny. I've usually said I'd just accept. I wanted to see what it was. You ask me. That's funny. Curious. Looking around to see if there's other things that have popped up. Hey, Steward. Greetings and well met, Mistress Lovecraft. I have the honor and the privilege to serve as head steward of House Burrell. Though admittingly, our staff is somewhat smaller than those of our other noble families, being countable on one hand. My lord will be overjoyed to hear that you have accepted the invitation. As you will soon see, we have spared no expense. I dare say a woman of action such as yourself enjoys nary a moment's respite. Aye, the battlefield beckons even now, I am sure. But, for this day, we bid you lay down your burdens and raise a glass to peace and prosperity. What's this grass you put on my plate?
To think the Moogles would prove such harsh taskmasters. Forgive me. I did not know you had suffered so in your quest for the horn. I must say, your spirited accounts always come as a welcome change from the arid reports which fill my days.
I don't drink.
Though I have lived in these lands my entire life, to hear you speak of them, there is much and more I have yet to see. Truly, yours was a marvelous journey.
Though perhaps a bit long for my liking. Why not join me on the next one? It wasn't all sunshine and lemon cakes. Why not join me on the next?
Well, truth be told, when I think back on the sweeping vistas of the churning mists,
I do feel some slight pangs of wanderlust. Alas, much as I would like to accept your invitation, I fear my present duties with the House of Lords demand my undivided attention. Someday, perhaps.
Always welcome, Sir Emmerich.
By your deeds, you have helped us to lay the foundation for lasting reform. The formation of the Republic is but the beginning, for it is not only our system of governance which must needs change. We, the people, must learn to let go of our hatreds and rise above our bloody past. I only pray that I live long enough to see us achieve some measure of success, that I might know the lost did not die in vain. I can still see you there on the steps of faith, striding fearlessly towards the worm. If you could do that, who are we to balk at the challenges ahead? The question of how best to strengthen ties with the other great nations of Eorzea has been debated at length in the Lords and Commons of late. As you may imagine, maintaining stability during this period of historic upheaval is our paramount concern. Nevertheless, we are greatly indebted to the Alliance for their support during the Grand Melee, and it would be remiss of us not to repay their faith in kind. Of course, we owe you the greatest debt of all, and it is my hope that in extending our support to you and the Scions, we might also express our gratitude to our neighbors, nay, our fellow Eorzeans, whom we pray you will continue to protect. The Lords and Commons agree on very little, but not a soul in either house begrudges your order this offer of patronage. For all you have done and will do, we thank you.
To Ishgard and to Eorzea.
May I ask a personal question? Now that the dust has settled, what will you do? Not as a scion, I mean, but what do you want for yourself?
There's always something to do.
Lord Commander, pray forgive the interruption.
My path is chosen for me.
News from House Fulton.
An urgent message for the Warrior of Light. I was instructed to deliver it without delay. Master Thancred returned to the manor a short time ago, bearing an injured maiden. Master Leveilleur and Mistress Tataru are tending to her wounds, but they like not her chances. Respectfully, my lord, they have requested the Warrior of Light's immediate presence.
You must go to them, my friend, and I shall go with you.
Well, we know who the maiden is, but...
For every ending marks a new beginning. From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn, as did she. Only to be drawn unto another battlefield, another cause, as if by fate.
As I said, always something to do. I don't get a choice in the matter, I just gotta keep fighting forward. Welcome, Mistress Lovecraft. Shall I show you inside the manor?
Yes.
Is that... Alize, Alphino's twin sister. She ran afoul of the Warriors of Darkness. I had been tracking them since the ceremony at Falcon's Nest. Little did I know I was not the only one. Evidently, she had learned of their activities and attempted to shadow them on her own. Poorly. I rescued her in the Twelveswood, and together we fled north. But though I made every effort to cover our tracks, they caught up with us on the Ishgardian border. And in the ensuing struggle, Alize took an arrow to the shoulder. 'Twas only after we had made good our escape that I realized it was poisoned.
Thank you for coming so quickly. And you, Sir Emmerich.
Think nothing of it. How is she?
We have done all we can for now. Although the immediate danger has passed, the poison yet lingers in her blood. We came to Eorzea together, hoping to bring salvation to the realm our grandfather gave his life to protect. But when confronted with the bitter realities of its politics and its petty powermongers, she was driven to anger and to doubt. She refused to become embroiled in what she termed Eorzea's squabbles and distance herself from the Scions. Though she remained hopeful of a brighter future, she would walk her own path. Would that it had not been so perilous. For all our differences, she's as dedicated as any Scion to the salvation of Eorzea. But more than that, she is my sister. To be reunited with her, only to lose her forever. Gods, even to speak the words.
Take heart, Master Alphino. She will be attended by our most skilled chirurgeons.
Chirurgeons. Such a weird word.
Bear Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary at once. Apprise Captain Whitecape of the situation, and inform him that she is to be treated as my personal charge.
Wait, don't go. Please, come closer. The Warriors of Darkness are in league with the Ascians. Slaughtering the Primals is but the first step in their plan. They make for Zelvatol to bring about Garuda's summoning and to kill her. You must stop them.
I shall inform the others at once.
Master Thancred, I would ask that you accompany Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary. Your knowledge of her injuries may well prove useful in determining her treatment.
Of course.
Though the fates afforded us time to share our long-delayed drink, 'twould seem the rest of my wine cellar will have to wait. As I am constantly reminded, there is no rest for the righteous. However much we may change and grow apart, some bonds are unbreakable. Surely they won't let her. Yes, I know. We must trust in Captain Whitecape and his Cherubins? Is that how they said it again? Did they not bring Estinian back from the very brink of death? I'm uncomfortably reminded of how he mocked me for praying at his bedside for days on end. What say you, my friend? Shall we turn our attention to the matter whose conclusion we yet have the power to influence? Shadows of the First. So the Warriors of Darkness and the Ascians are conspiring to bring about Garuda's summoning, that they might put her to the sword. Then when we first encountered them in Lost Asna, when they were confronting Ravana, gods, has this been their aim all along? What do you intend to do, Master Alphanu? There's much and more I do not understand, but I know this. A primal summoning cannot be ignored. Alisaie risked her life to uncover this plot, and we squander her gift at our peril. Lily, will you accompany me to Exveltol and help me stop the Ixal's ritual? Without a doubt. Given that Ishgard shares a border with the Ixal homeland, we have a vested interest in the outcome of this ritual. We have been willing to suffer the Beastmen's intrusions into Kurthian lands to a point, but the summoning of a primal is the next escalation we cannot abide. You shall have our fastest airship, Master Alphanu. The mountains of Exveltol are not easily traversed, and this endeavor demands all haste. The gesture is most appreciated, Sir Emmerich, but I fear an aerial approach is destined to fail. This is their homeland, after all, and Ixal dirigibles are not to be underestimated. No, experience tells me the only conceivable approach is by land. I believe it'd be wiser to cross into Exveltor by way of the mountain pass east of Camp Dragonhead. In that case, I shall send instructions for a contingent of camp knights to be placed at your disposal. They will secure you safe passage through the mountains and escort you thence to Zolkfotol, however you say that. Though my men are unqualified to confront a primal, they're more than capable of contending with Ixal. We should be glad of their assistance, Lord Edmund. In the event Mistress Alisaie regains consciousness, we will share with you any additional information she may provide. May the Fury watch over and keep you safe. And let us be off. We can procure any additional supplies we require in Camp Dragonhead. Off we go. Ugh. Have you everything you require, then? Excellent. The entrance to the pass is north of Natalan, due east of Camp Dragonhead. Though it is normally guarded by a score of Ixal warriors, I have been informed that House Fatam have already dispatched them. The enemy's gate lies open. We need but walk through. What was that? Where's my juice? There's a side quest called that. That's funny. I thought when I pulled up the map I saw where's my juice. Beyond this gate lies the trail, which will lead us into Zoltal. According to my map, it looks to be a relatively straightforward route, albeit one through exceedingly dangerous territory. Beyond lies exalted territory. We lower our guard at our peril. We have everything in hand here, miss. No need to worry, and may I say, what an honor it is to work with you, miss. Mistress Lovecraft, Master Alphino. As you can see, the gate is ours. Be advised that our scouts are reporting increased activity around the first mountain. Simply put, they are up to something, and we don't want anyone interfering. We stand ready to escort you to Exeter and aid you as you see fit. The enemy will be thick on the ground. Upon arriving, let us advance with care as we search for the site of the summoning ritual. If the gods are good, we should only have to contend with Ixal, but if they are not, we may be forced to do battle with the warriors of darkness. House for Tom, Archer, and Benneret. Let's go. Let's deal with this shit. Falling rocks to add to the danger.
Away with you!
Oh, so you get a vulnerability debuff if you get hit by the rocks. I saw Alphino and the enemy had one. And they both got hit by the rocks, so it actually hits the enemy too. Interesting. Mine. No, thank you. No, thank you. Stop trying to throw shit at me. A new path appears. Feeling froggy. Hello. Come here. Everybody focus on me. Alphino, sir. I was gonna say, heal yourself for a second if you're that badly off. Rocks. Rock and roll. We can't lower our guard, even in battle. Man, that raw intuition plus overpower when you have more than one enemy around you is ridiculous. For the few seconds raw intuition's up, you literally cannot die. Dude, wild. Hey buddy, you're mine. Fly from this sacred place, feather this one's will. I had to look at what he said. Left time. Pow! Fuck. The mastery of the wind isn't to be scoffed at. A fortified very cave, impressive feat I must allow. There's a Gobu over there. It's strong beak and Gobu. No, thank you. Isn't this one on? Thought I hit him. My bad, guys. I looked up and saw that one of them wasn't an aggro to me. There's a treasure coffer here.
Focus. Release.
Focus. Release.
Away with you.
Give me that bone key. Knock knock, motherfucker. Bye guys. Going to beat the game by myself. The fuck how'd you beat me up here? Show me your ways, Alphino. How did you teleport up? Hey, another strong beat, but he has two Gooboo. Gooboo's are being rude. I didn't even notice there was a gap there. I could have walked right off. By the way, you don't want to walk over here. You get stabbed while standing on the spikes. That's a no-no. I wonder if I could have actually walked off though, because you can fall off the map, so. That'd have been a funny way to die. Hey, bud. I'm gonna make sure you have a wall behind you.
Away with you.
Otherwise you land on spikes. That was instant. Yeah, I don't want to go into a damn tornado. No, thank you.
Away with you!
Onward. Bum 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 bum.
Away with you!
Yeah, the stone. Put you in. And whee!
Away with you!
Dun, 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 dun. Open. Whee! I like that contraption. We can't be back on solid ground soon enough. I wonder if that's the boss. It doesn't look horrifying over there at all, you know? Giant ass tornado in the middle. I was wondering if they knew something I didn't, because they all fucking backed up. So I put my ass to the door in case it was gonna push me. Intrude upon sacred grounds. Who dares? Pay with lives, better this one's will. One silver of her paw. We now summon Garuda. Shit. I don't want to get like too many attacked. I don't know where to stand. I think I got the NPC hit or the bot hit. Not bad though.
Away with you!
From the wrath of mighty Garuda. Probably gonna do that shit again. Ah, okay, this is way easier to dodge. The reckoning comes. Where's this reckoning I hear about? Hey, fuck. Hell yeah.
So they were unable to see the ritual to its completion. Then Garuda is no longer a threat, and whatever the Ascians and the Warriors of Darkness were planning has come to naught. But we should not tarry. The knights have secured our path to safety.
Well, well. What do we have here?
You'd better not have killed the Primal without us.
You!
Wait, I know you. Still walking, I see. I could have sworn my aim was true.
Just what is your game? Leading us the long way so these fools could step in and claim our prize?
No. Let's not make hasty accusations. By the look of things, the ritual was proceeding as planned. We arrived at the appointed hour. 'Twas they who erred.
It is hopeless. We cannot face them all.
Do mine ears deceive? A boy! So that's the way of it. Twins! You had me worried for a moment there. Know that I will happily make it quicker for you, if you just stand still.
Enough, Jarumul. We wouldn't want to upset the man in white with any unnecessary bloodshed now, would we? You've been awfully busy since we were kind enough to spare your lives.
While you were idly consorting with the Asians, you mean? 7 hells! What could you possibly hope to achieve?
Should I explain it to you? Very well. Consider it a reward of sorts for beating us here. You know the tale of Hydaelyn and Zodiac, I take it? Of the Great Sundering and the reflections it created?
Across 10 and 3 they were divided. Reflections of the source, each possessed of shards of light and dark.
Just so. One of those reflections, the one nearest to the source, is our home. And we were the heroes blessed with her light. But not all worlds hold light and dark in equal measure. In ours, the power of light was greater by far. So the Asians, who once threatened our home, were no match. And they fell before us, one after another, till none were left. Victory, we thought. And then came the light. A flood of pure, blinding radiance, annihilating shadow and color and life itself. Ere long, it will consume our world, leaving naught in its wake but blank perfection.
That cannot be. Do you honestly expect us to believe such a story?
Believe what you like. But it has happened before, on a world far removed from ours. The 13th, which was swallowed by the dark and transformed into what you call the Void. Unchallenged light would condemn us to a similar fate. And so we joined hands with our former enemies, and with their aid came here, to the source. For there is but one way to restore the balance and save our home. The Ardor. Calamitous destruction with the power to break down the barriers between planes and see our worlds rejoined.
You would doom our world to save your own? What would even become of us? Of you?
Enough. I tire of talking. You know our cause. You know what is at stake. We are prepared to do whatever it takes. Are you?
If there is aught you would say, say it. Otherwise, begone. You have no friends here.
All things considered, we should be grateful to have survived that encounter. You think it could be true, that to save their world they must bring ruin to ours? No. No, it matters not. Such wanton destruction is beyond justification. Whatever their reasons, they must be stopped. The sacrifice, the loss, it ends here. Two sides of a coin. Forgive me, this is neither the time nor the place for idle introspection. The knights can appraise Lord Edmund of our success, and we, the Lord Commander. More importantly, I would like to see if my sister's condition has improved. You may take a moment for yourself if you wish. I will be at the congregation. No, take me with. Motherfucker, you're gonna make me walk back. Teleport back, still. Just rude. Yep, there's the firmament. So now, this recruitment notice is how you unlock the thing about crafting and stuff, so we have access to it now. I'm not gonna do that because we're still focused on the main story here. Your deeds have scattered the dark clouds that have long loomed over Ishgard. On my oath, we shall not squander the bright future you have won for us. It brings me joy to see you safely return to Esali. What news from Zelfatol? And we were not too late. On behalf of Ishgard, I offer you my deepest thanks. As for we who remained here, Mistress Istola has been tending to Mistress Elize in your absence, and I am pleased to report that she has regained consciousness. I imagine you have many questions, especially given your recent encounter with the Warriors of Darkness. I know I do. Come, let me show you to her room. Do not worry, her condition is much improved. She is a resilient one, much like her brother.
Alize, how are you feeling?
Well enough, brother. Thanks to the kindness of our hosts. They told me you had departed for Zelfatol while I was still abed. I slept much better knowing that. Thank you.
I take it your mission was a success.
Somewhat. We found out some shit.
As if we needed any further confirmation that they are in league with the Ascians. But to save another world? I think not.
I too thought his story fanciful at first. But it is possible there may be a kernel of truth in all of this. At the very least, none of his claims contradict the word's account.
You were following these people, Alize. Why?
During my travels, I had oft enjoyed tales of the Scions and their exploits. But after a time, I began to hear whispers of a gifted and theretofore unknown band of adventurers. Adventurers who had supposedly sworn to travel the realm slaying primals in the Scion's stead.
The Warriors of Darkness. And in the course of investigating these rumors, you stumbled upon the Ascians' involvement.
Yes, exactly.
Forgive me, but if these Warriors of Darkness mean to bring about another calamity, to what end do they hunt primals?
To prompt an escalation. To deepen the beast tribe's feelings of helplessness and despair, and thereby drive them to summon ever more powerful gods. And lest we forget, these events do not occur in isolation. With their patron deities being slain left and right, the news of man's victory over Nidhogg must surely have sown panic in the minds of the beastmen. 'Tis no wonder they wish to defend themselves.
Power answered with greater power. Death with more death. A vicious cycle fueled by fear and hatred. I know it's like all too well.
Indeed. The Ascians sow discord and desperation, and the warriors of darkness reap the harvest. And so it continues. Yet that is not the extent of their ambitions. The Ascian himself observed that once the powerless realize that the old gods have failed them, they will have little recourse but to look to a new one.
We cannot let that happen.
It should come as no surprise, but Alizé and I have uncovered evidence that the Ascians have been manipulating certain parties to ensure that a constant stream of crystals flows into the hands of the beast tribes. If we sever these supply lines, we should at least be able to slow the escalation.
Agreed. Kral and I shall journey to Zelphatol and learn what we can of the Ixal's source.
Then I, for my part, pledge to lead a similar investigation into the origin of the Nath supply.
Sir Emmerich?
As a member of the Eorzean Alliance, Ishgard is honor bound to play an active role in maintaining the security of the realm. You might also say that I have some personal motivation, given the Ascians' dealings with my father. However, I make no secret of the fact that my knowledge of primal beings is scant at best. As such, I should be most grateful if one of your order were to assist me.
Allow me, Sir Emmerich. I have dealt with the Nath before.
Let us consult with Orianja then. Given his dedication to the study of primal beings, I should be surprised if he could not tell us something of value.
Allow me to accompany you, brother. And before you think to refuse, know that I am not the girl I once was. I shall not be a burden. You have my word.
But Alizé, you... You are more than welcome. After all, it was you who set us upon this path.
Wait a minute. I'm afraid I can't allow you to leave just yet. Not until you try on the new outfit I prepared for you.
I love how every time somebody's injured and in bed, she's like, time to make them an outfit. Would I be right in assuming that you have not spoken with my sister since one of the memorial services, was it? By the 12, it seems a lifetime ago. I should like to think we have both grown since then. My apologies for keeping you waiting. Right then, shall we be off? Hathor never ceases to impress, though for a moment I feared she might furnish you with an identical outfit. Praise the 12, she did not. Mother and father were rather too fond of making us wear matching clothes. You remember that time at the stadium when that girl of yours crept up behind me in the hall and whispered, "Sister, please, she was not my... can we not have this conversation in front of the Warrior of Light?" So be it. Another time, perhaps. Hell yeah, let you tell me all his dirty secrets. You, Cryo. It is an honor, Lily. I realize we are barely acquainted, but having heard so much about you, it hardly feels that way. A pleasure to have you with us. I've been meaning to ask about the carriage. Welcome to the fight. A pleasure to have you with us. New garments aside, I must say that you seem different, more resolute than when we last met. You have the look of a woman who is ready to fight for the future of Eorzea. To the extent of my abilities, perhaps, but I have no delusions of grandeur. Nor will I pretend to have found myself, or any such thing. I am here today because I would regret it if I weren't. That is all. Fair enough. Let us depart for the waking sands, then, and see if Orange can be of assistance. Vesper Bay! Free ride! Orange, how you doing, my man? Orange, apologies for calling upon you unannounced. And why, Master Alphino, would that the scholar had seen fit to grant me knowledge of thy coming? What bringeth thee and thine here this day? The warriors of darkness have returned. Pray allow us to explain. So there's a little of this and a little of that. I too have heard tales in recent days of primal beings rising up only to be cast down by forces unknown. Alas, as thou didst observe, this serveth but to spur the beast tribes to pursue their goals with redoubled fervor. We have two objectives at this time: to identify and remove the source of the beast tribe's crystals, and to take direct action to prevent any further summoning rituals from reaching completion. The second is easier said than done, of course. While we were fortunate enough to learn of these Ixal's plans before they came to fruition, I should be surprised if the Warriors of Darkness and the Ascians did not have similar designs elsewhere of which we have no knowledge. Thou wert wise to come hither, for this very day did I receive tidings most troubling from across the Strait of Merthor. O Gomorrah stirreth, and there are whispers that the Lord of Craigs neareth his return. Mere rumours, mark thou, but in light of thine own discoveries, thou canst ill afford to turn a deaf ear to their claims. Aye, we must ascertain the truth of the matters for ourselves. Let us consult with the Maelstrom forces stationed at Camp Overlook, Lily. Thank you for your counsel, Orange. Pray inform us should you learn aught else. I shall. If I may, brother, Orange, is there anything else you would like to say? Jose? If not, then never mind. I only ask because you are normally rather more verbose. Nothing to add. Very well. Ere we depart, I wish to make a request. The warriors of darkness spoke of how the Ardor had the power to break down the barriers between planes, that our worlds might be rejoined. I would ask that you research this for us. Being nowhere near as well read as you, I'm sure I wouldn't know where to begin. That said, I have heard tell of a promising tome. The Garan Oracles. Mayhap you could start there. By thy leave. Camp Overlook, was it? Very well. We're too motherfucking clueless at this. what that exchange is about. Oh, that's funny. All these primals. I'll need to do a bunch of random ones eventually. Let's see. Camp Overlook. Oh, I guess I should. I am playing, and I plan to play. So let's see. Oh, not ranked. Actions. Turn on. That way we don't pay as much for teleporting. I mean, it's like 100 gil, but I mean, if you teleport, 500 times, that's a lot of extra gil you wasted. Seven hells at this rate, I'll have to appeal to the Maelstrom command for reinforcements. Whatever it is, we don't want any. Oh, it's me. Well, fancy that. Just when the kobold problems look like coming to a head, the signs of the Seventh Dawn turn up, itching to pitch in. Bloody brilliant timing is what it is. Right then, let's get to it. So our friendly neighbors in Gamaro have got much more aggressive of late, just as you said. Matter of fact, our scout spotted one sniffing about the stores just now, likely looking to make off with an armful of crystals. I'd be damned if I'm about to let that happen. Lend a hand and help us search the camp for the little bugger, would you? No. Hey, you two. You've spoken with the commander, then? Yeah, we got a little kobold running around here. Our Maelstrom friends seem notably more agitated than when we first arrived. Do you happen to know why that might be? Yeah. Kobold in the camp, you say? That would appear to corroborate Orange's information, yes. But to be so reckless as to infiltrate the Maelstrom camp and draw attention to their efforts is passing strange. Well, there will be time to think on this later. For the present, we must do everything in our power to prevent Titan summoning. And that means finding and questioning this kobold. Don't remember where he is. You know, I'd eventually see him flying around. Gasp! And that's another reason why I don't remember where he is. The motherfucker moves in multiple places. Stay back! Away! Far back! I'm not a... it's no use. Pointless, hopeless, no use. Hey, we just want to talk, motherfucker. Come back here. You seem like one to talk to. Where'd you go? Oh, there he is. So please, don't hurt me. I only wish to talk. Yes, yes, just talk. Ah. This is a stupid plan. Stupid, stupid, stupid. But if I tell no one, then everyone will. Yeah, she found me again. What to do, what to do, what to do. I come in peace, only to talk. Speak, say, talk. So please, please, do not hurt me. So this is our wily kobold infiltrator, is it? No wonder the soldiers were on edge. He could very well give one a bruised knee. Zah, we've got him. Fine work, Scion. So, little one, I thought you could sneak into camp, did you? Plotting to steal my crystals, were you? No, 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 no. I came to talk, to ask for help. But when your soldiers saw me, they drew their weapons and shouted, and I... Now. Let us all take a deep breath and discuss this like civilized individuals. What is your name, child? Pikmin Gabu, of the 620th Order. At least, I will be a Pikmin one day. Well met, Gabu. I am Alphanu, and this is my sister, Alize. Lily, the woman who found you, is our friend. Now that you know our names, we can be friends too. Now, Commander Baldian here thinks you wanted to take his crystals, Gabu, but you said you came to ask for help. Why to us, and not to your own people? What happened, Gabu? Can you tell us? No one is going to hurt you, alright? Not while we're here, I promise. The Patriarch, the Patriarch's going to summon the Great Father again, and you have to stop him. Beat him, fight him, stop him. Gabu's parents said they didn't want it, along with many others, but the Patriarch wouldn't listen. He was so angry, raging, fuming, angry. He said that if they didn't have iron in their hearts, they would serve as cook for the furnace. And then the guards took my parents and the others away, and I haven't seen any of them since. Cook for the furnace. I do not want to believe it, but I've heard tales of Pokia fashioned from the bones of beastmen, which worshippers use in their rituals, hoping to summon more powerful incantations for their gods. By the 12, that is sickening. No one listens to Gabu, no matter how much he cries, pleads, begs, cries. They do not listen, only talk about punishing the overdwellers and praising the Great Father. Gabu loves the Great Father, but he loves his parents too. So please, help Gabu stop the Patriarch and save his parents. Commander, advise Maelstrom Command that Titan summoning is imminent. Should the worst come to worse, we will require their support. Time being of the essence, we three will attempt to infiltrate the Kobold stronghold, secure their crystals, and free the prisoners. Well, if you're sure, you forgive me if I don't see optimistic. We'll make ready, just in case. I tried talking to the others, but they wouldn't listen, so even though I was afraid, I came here. Do you know that there are collectors who will pay a fortune for Beastman ritual artifacts? It is perverse. I have faith that we may yet stop the ritual. We would surely have detected the associated etheric disturbance had Titan manifested already. But I cannot speak for the prisoners, 12 have mercy, that they would even contemplate sacrificing their own flesh and blood, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. Time is of the essence. We must see what else Gabu knows and formulate a plan without further delay. Let us pray that we still have time to save Gabu's parents. You gonna say the same thing? What sort of twisted monster would consider a ritual of focus a work of art, knowing full well how it was made? We called them beastmen. I heard Great Father Titan loves crystals, cherishes, covets, loves them, and if we gather enough, he will return. That's why the patriarch told everyone to go forth and gather them. So I was thinking, if we take all the crystals away, maybe the Great Father won't come? Very good, Gabu. I was just thinking the same thing. Do you know where these crystals are stored? I know. Oh, several spots, each defended by a different order. Gabu wanted to steal them, but he was too afraid to go alone. Yes, too afraid to go alone. But together we can take them away and hide them. Come. Gabu will lead you to the first cache. Pray see to the crystals, Alice, and I will stand guard for any errant patrols. That hardly seemed fair. Then again, they only have themselves to blame. Quickly! Do you have them all? Good. Lead on, Gabu. This way! Okay. I apparently need to kill you for probably the maelstrom, so let's knock you out. Do you need more than just that one? I need 3. And it might as well. I also need a priest, apparently. The priest is I only need 1. I'll need to do this to rank up the maelstrom, so since I'm here and they're here, why not? If they find us, you'll protect me, won't you? What are you waiting for? We stand lookout, you take the crystals. If I did not know any better, I would say this crate was... Time is short. If you have the crystals, we should move on to the next cache. Cache? Did you hear me, brother? Brother! It's just that... I'm quite certain that crate once bore Ishgardian seals. Someone took great pains to remove all traces, but enough remains to make out the pattern. See for yourself. I struggle to imagine kobolds traveling to Kurthus to obtain crystals, much less bothering to conceal their origins. I suspect these crystals were smuggled into Bildbrand by another party, most likely a pawn of the Asians, as Thankrad speculated. I don't understand. Who are Asians? Do they worship Great Father Titan too? Never you mind about that. As Elize said, we do not have a lot of time. Can you lead us to the next one, Gabu? Yes, of course. Gabu knows the way. This next one is the last and is very large, very big, very huge, very large. We should pack up the crystals and leave now. The kobolds could stumble upon our handiwork any moment. But they were here. Heaps and heaps of crystals. We said that the cache would be here, but unless it is remarkably well hidden. Surveying. 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 Though you cast about for a time, you see no signs of crystals. Confound it. What about you, Lily? Any luck? Nope. Nothing, nothing, nothing. But this cannot be. Gabu saw them. Spied, spotted, saw. Think, brother, think. They must have moved them, yes? The question is, where to and why? Within Ogamoro, where they summoned Titan once before, and mean to do so again. It is the only explanation. What about Mother and Father and the others? We have to help them. And we will, Gabu. We will. Stay calm. We still have time. They have yet to call for the remaining crates, yes? If they had, then they would have found the other caches empty and sounded the alarm. Nevertheless, I believe the time for stealth has passed. We must breach the navel and seize the remaining crystals. There's no other way to prevent Titan summoning. But first, bring me your crystals, that I might deliver them into Commander Buldian's custody. We dare not take them into the bowels of the mountain. Mother, Father, we're coming. Nothing is right. It would be folly to deliver the kobolds the very thing we sought to deny them. The crystals, Lily, if you would be so kind. Thank you. I shall deliver them to Camp Overlook for safekeeping and brief Commander Baldian on the situation. Pray go on ahead. As I recall, there is an aetheryte within Amara mines that should deliver you to the navel. Gabu doubtless knows the way. Wait for me there. I shall rejoin you anon. Strange. I would have thought you eager to remain in the thick of action. But if this is what you would prefer, then Godspeed, brother. This way, this way. I like how the Fate music is just fucking jamming in the background. Oh, we gotta go all the way around. Forgot. I hope the patriarch and my parents are there. I take it this is the aetheryte we seek. Right then. As soon as Alphino arrives, we go. I trust you're feeling suitably heroic, Lily. There's no telling what sort of resistance we'll face in there. Quickly, you clods! Briskly, swiftly, quickly! I will not suffer any further delays. Lay down your arms and surrender. We have your crystals. There will be no more summoning this day. There will be no summoning this day. Overdwellers? Here? But how did you... Where are my parents, Patriarch? Where are they? Mother? Father? Coke for the furnace. You monster! How could you? We are but servants of the Lord of Crags. We are his, and that he may drink of our blood and partake of our flesh. that he might draw upon the strength of his children to defend them from the tyranny of the overdwellers. No, Alizé, not yet. I understand, Patriarch, I do. Your fear, your anger, your hate. You would do anything to protect your people, anything to deliver them from despair, whatever it takes to ensure that those who threaten you can never do so again. But in your single-minded pursuit of this objective, you have brought suffering on your own kith and kin. You have sacrificed the lives of the very people you sought to protect. But it need not be this way, Patriarch. Renounce this bloody course. Cease your attempts to summon your god, and work with us together to build a lasting peace. Another peace to be abandoned at the overdwellers' convenience. Oathbreakers, all of you, liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. You take and take, you take and you take, and when you have had your fill, you sue for peace. You promise that this time is the last, until you grow hungry again. And when we dare to defend ourselves, you declare that this beast tribe cannot be suffered to live, that our god drains the land of ether, and brings naught but suffering, death, destruction, suffering upon us all. I will hear no more lies from you and yours, overdweller. You've ruined your own lands. You'll not ruin ours. I said I'd come for you, and I did. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Say something. Please. 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 Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up! Get fucked. Seven hells. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Alphino! Leave him to me! We must away. He's breathing, and I don't see any injuries. But I can't seem to wake him. By the 12, how could I be so foolish? I should have known better than to let Gabu accompany us, given what we were like to find. His anguish and despair have served to birth a primal just as surely as would the supplications of the faithful. Worse, being born of such tumultuous emotion, this incarnation of Titan seems incapable of naught but violence. If we have one cause for optimism, it is that while many crystals were present, they represented but a fraction of the quantity intended for the summoning ritual, meaning that Titan must be far weaker than planned. Be that as it may, he's yet a primal, and the longer we leave him to bleed the land of ether, the stronger he will grow. And should Titan be permitted to leave Gomorrah, more lives will be lost. The Maelstrom will rally the troops, and the cycle will continue. Lily, you know what must be done. Will you face the Lord of Crags once more? Thank you, my friend. Alize and I will tend to Gabu. When you have finished with the primal, look for us in Camp Overlook. We'll be expecting you. So I'm gonna try something. I'm curious. I guess I can just do it here. Unrestricted. If not, I'll just queue up. But I want to see how hard he hits me. Unrestricted. Probably too much. But I have a lot of healing abilities too, so I don't know. It's only hard, it's not extreme. I've only ever really attempted extreme. And I can't solo extreme. My curiosity is, what's gonna happen with the rock? If he puts me in a rock. Because you get out of that only by other people, so. It said I'd come, and I'd come. I'm here. Father, I can't find you. Get out of here. Yeah, I wondered what it was like. How am I? Oh, fucker. Wake up. fucking thing again. Out of here eventually. Should be able to get rid of this bomb. Stop doing that. Must be so fucking annoying on extreme. These bombs are like... I'm getting hit by a bomb. I don't know how much they're gonna do, but I'm getting hit by one of them at least. Ah, shit. So that doesn't block it, or I didn't do it in time. This would have been like instant if I just went to a group, but I was just like, yeah, I wanna see if I can do it solo. Yeah, it doesn't prevent it. Eventually. It's funny, he can't, like, really hurt me. With his current moves, at least. But I can't do, like, jack shit for, like, damage. He keeps fucking turning me into a rock. And he's debuffing me, so... Every time he does it, he debuffs me. Anytime I'm in the rock, my damage dealt is reduced. Upside, I should definitely be able to beat this. Downside is it's taking me way too long to do it. Because he would only rock like one or maybe two people, and the rest would still be wailing on him at this point. Instead of just, nothing. My crit main inner beast or fell cleave is only doing like 1%. You kidding me? It's not doing much. We're doing equal amounts of nothing to each other. I will win this endurance game here though. Yeah, that debuff is really hurting my damage for this. I think I did like 2 to 3% on it. $13 minutes to do it by myself. Goddamn. Not worth it to do. I probably would have found it within like 5-10 minutes. We would have fucking did it in like 2, so it'd probably been faster to not do it myself. But I was just curious. Like, genuinely. You're back. Gods, what a relief. Ah, there she is. Did I not tell you she would return safe and sound? The deed is done then. Titan is no more? Good. There's been enough tragedy this day. He has been like that since he regained consciousness. We believe he can hear us, but he has made no attempt to respond. He is almost certainly still in shock, but we cannot discount the possibility that he succumbed to the Primal's influence. Should that prove to be the case, he must be put to death, like all the other Thrall. Such is the Alliance's policy, yes? You have the right of it. But we must not rush to conclusions. After all, we once feared that Izel's followers were beyond reason, and many have since laid down their arms and accepted Ishgard's peace. We can but watch and wait and pray. I know what happened. Gods help me, I was there, but the thought that we might have to... 7 hells, he's just a child! There is naught to be gained from dwelling on an eventuality over which we have no control, much less one which may never come to pass. Let us tend to more immediate matters. Informing Commander Buldian of Titan's demise, for example. You may be certain that he would be glad of the news. Would you be so kind as to break it to him? Did it. Actually did it solo. Ah, you're a sight for sore eyes. When the others came back without you, I feared the worst, but they said you had matters well in hand. All settled then, is it? I'm glad to hear it, but not half as glad as my men'll be, believe you me. Regardless of whether or not he was summoned properly, a primal's a primal, and there ain't a soul in the maelstrom that hasn't lost a friend to one. Don't get me wrong. Like, we were all prepared to do our part, but we weren't so naive as to think we'd live to tell the tale. Thankfully, of course, it didn't come to that, which, my friend, sounds to me like cause of for celebration. Now, I know you lot have places to be, but why not stay the night? We'd be honored to raise a glass to the triumphant return of Titan's Bane. And so, the 3rd time I've beaten Titan?
Who goes there?
Friend.
Oh, it's you. Forgive me for straying from the camp. He hasn't been feeling too welcome, to say the least. I thought a change of scenery might do him good. But, alas. It's so quiet out here. The stars spread out before us, beckoning across time and space. Dawn may banish even the darkest night. How bitterly beautiful, those words. I should be stronger for all my experiences, yet my heart aches more than ever. I never understood why Grandfather gave his life that day. I thought that if I came here, I would find the answers I needed. But when I finally laid eyes on the land he sacrificed everything to save, saw firsthand the bickering, the pettiness, I was disappointed. I was angry. I could not fathom how these people were more deserving of his love than his family, than me. Nevertheless, I had to believe he had good reason. I was determined to uncover the whole truth of the calamity and, perhaps in so doing, find my own purpose in this sea of chaos. My travels have been enlightening, but I cannot say that I have enjoyed them. I have lost count of the many petty crises that I was helpless to resolve and of the people whose actions I could not understand. There were others, of course. Good people. People with whom I felt a kinship, whose lives I could not save. I found myself asking what it was all for. Why try if I was doomed to fail in the end? But then I recalled Grandfather's words to my father, years ago, before he left Charlayan behind forever. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We must all protect that which we hold most dear in the manner of our own choosing. We have to try. Do we not? Of course, it's one thing to try and another to do. There were times while I was tracking the warriors of darkness when I faltered, when I was afraid. But then I thought of my brother, of Urianger. Oh, pray forgive me. This conversation has been rather one-sided, hasn't it? Mayhap you could recount some of your adventures in Ishgard.
Traveled far and wide with two companions, Justinian and Isel, who were under some rather unique circumstances. I had the pleasure to fight alongside Sir Emmert, and off and on I came, at last, to the Dravinian hinterlands. Justinian and Isel, that's what I thought.
Gods! They must have been at each other's throats from dawn till dusk.
Pretty much.
I dare say you managed to keep the peace, though. Merely being in the presence of the Warrior of Light is surely enough to shame anyone into behaving. The hopes and dreams of so many rest on your shoulders, Warrior of Light. As long as the sun rises, we can but carry on, for the sake of those we hold dear.
To what end dost thou cling to the tainted gifts of the Mother?
Every tool has its purpose. Even this. Well, what is it?
The seeds sown in Vilbrand have been plucked from the earth and left to wither. Alas, Titan's demise sufficed not to drive the kobolds to deepest desperation.
What did the man in white have to say?
That we are to proceed as he did first set forth.
Well, that's easy for him to say. It's not his bloody world on the brink of destruction, is it?
Be thou well reminded that with an end to Ishgard's unrest, naught now remaineth to preoccupy the Scions' thoughts. And thus may they devote their every energy to thwarting thee and thine. I foresee only greater difficulties ahead.
Foresee? Are you sure you don't welcome them? I'm starting to think you might hold a candle for your old friends after all.
Pray do not mistake mine intent. I but look upon the path which lieth before us with due trepidation. Shouldst thou be of like mind, pray consider then another course. For the power to invoke the ardour belongeth not unto the Ascians alone. With thine own hand strike down thine enemy, the so-called hero who would see thy home lost to light. Do but this, and thou wouldst at a single stroke disrupt the all too delicate balance of this realm, plunging her straightways into chaos.
You do realize what you're suggesting, yes?
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. The words of my teacher, and a creed I hold close to my heart.
Very well. Draw her out. We'll make it quick.
It shall be done. What good a creed one cannot uphold? What hurts soothed? What lives saved? Oh, hapless fool, what hast thou wrought by thine own hands? Minfilia, my friends, I shall not now beg your forgiveness. Full deeply though it paineth me to walk it, I shall not stray from my chosen path. As Moonbreeder remains steadfast, so too shall I.
But ho, Lily, I trust you had a good night's rest. I was but this moment speaking with Thancred and Ishtola via link pearl. They had some interesting news to share. Apparently, during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had borne Ishgardian seals. It would seem that someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. Accordingly, the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation. Sir Emmerich believes it is only a matter of time before the culprits are found. But we shall have to wait and see. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look into the recent activities of other tribes, in case they too are flush with this guardian crystals. And with that in mind, I suggest we pay Oranje another. Wait, where's Alize? She was here a moment ago with Gabu. Yeah, this is going a little long, but I wanted to finish the Gabu part. Now let me guess, it's time to leave, isn't it? My apologies for disappearing again. If it is any consolation, I have already packed my things. How is he? Brother Commander Boldian? Something tells me you're not solely here out of concern for his welfare. But to answer your question, there has been no change. He will not speak or eat. I'm not even sure if he slept. If he did, he seems none the better for it. He just shuffles about with that same expression on his face. You will look after him, won't you, Commander, and treat him with every kindness? He's still in there, I know it. Beneath the anguish and despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be to be given that chance, till he comes back to us, until we know for certain what has become of him. Aye, you needn't worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure the better part of the crystals, this could have turned out a damn sight worse than it did. We'll not soon forget that. And nor will Maelstrom's command. I'm so sorry, Kaboo. I truly am. You should never have been made to. I know I cannot possibly understand. Mayhap there is nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much your heart feels fit to burst, let it burst. Let it burst and fill up again with your love for them. And never, ever forget. Come along, little one. I remember them. And you, Alice. Thank you. He is in there. Have faith, sister. Your words have reached him. In time, he will recover. And those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes. A thousand times over, there will be a reckoning. I'm gonna jump to the Waking Sands, but I'm gonna end this video here. We're not gonna continue on. I just wanted to get to the end of the Gabu part before I ended. Yeah. So like, comment, and subscribe, and all that stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!